I read this fantastic book by Sir Halford Mackinder in his first ascent of Mount Kenya. Apparently it was at Epsom, and I see Dr. Michael Salmon was also an old Epsom alumni, and he's written a piece which I found. I went out into the freshness of the sunrise, and beyond great herds of game grazing peacefully within a few hundred yards, saw to the south on the horizon 100 miles away the snowy dome of Kilimanjaro, and 100 miles to the north the twin peaks of Mount Kenya streaked with glaciers. These words were written in 1899 by Sir Halford Mackinder at the start of his epic journey to conquer Mount Kenya, the second highest mountain in Africa. The entire party then travelled on the newly built Ugandan railway from Mombasa to the construction camp at Railhead. Arriving there, Mackinder wrote, except for the track of twin rails pegged down on widely spaced sleepers, the only signs of humanity in the broad landscape where now stands the city of Nairobi were the green tents of 3 little camps, my own and those of the district officer and a trader. Beyond a spoonful of soup at night time, I had nothing to eat for nearly 36 hours, except a few meat lozenges and an occasional bite of cola biscuit. Naturally, the lassitude I felt had to be paid for during the later hours. Back at base camp, we were able to relax at last. The midnight scene as we supped by the campfire, I shall never forget. The sound of the Nairobi torrent swelling suddenly from time to time as the breeze changed, and even the occasional hoot of an owl made no break in the silence of the great peak standing brown and white in the glare of the setting moon. The Pleiades twinkled over the center of the Lewis Glacier. Those evenings, this the most wonderful of them all, was spent monosyllabically, warming our hands and feet at the fire, amid the mysterious shadows. Our thoughts and our words were divided between our conquest and the red cinders that spoke of home, until presently the scene around broke silently into our dreams, compelling worship. Then, as the fire dulled and our feet grew chilly, the bark of a leopard ranging the hillside opposite reminded us of the early rise on the morrow. This is a photograph of Mount Kenya in the morning that I took. Quote from Salman Rushdie, the only people who see the whole picture, he murmured, are the ones who step out of the frame. And another photograph, sunrise tints the clouds, Mount Kenya. I like these 2 photographs. The Grevy zebra of East Africa offers the best chance of proximity and also the best facial aesthetics, David Yarrow. And finally, wildebeest sunset in the Amboseli, photo by This Boy's Life.